Well, what about me? Am I pretty?
Yeah.
Like, just turn around here.
Why is it about you? Why can't it be about me?
Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy. Got that purple Lamborghini lurking.
What's up, everybody? Akasan here. I'm here with my buddy Tyler from Doga TV.
Hi, guys.
And, well, we are here at the Kawasaki warehouse. Very infamous, very creepy, a bit scary, right?
Oh, yes, very terrifying.
And speaking of scary, you know, Halloween is right around the corner here, coming up all around the world, but it's gotten quite popular here in Japan, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yes, there's decorations all over the place. It's getting crazy.
It's been growing the last couple of years, and you know, the Japanese have piqued their curiosity. They want to know what are the sort of the differences between America, around the world, here in Japan. So they decided to ask us to interview us and such. So let's go ahead and get this interview on the way. Are you ready?
I'm definitely ready.
Let's do it. Creepy. I like it. I think I like how it's really starting to pick up. Like, I'm from Los Angeles myself, so I don't know if you're familiar, but like West Hollywood area is wild. Tens of hundreds, no, actually at this point, I think over 500,000 people show up and just pack the streets. Yes, it's that crazy. So I like where last year was the first time for me to participate in the Tokyo Shibuya area, and just to see so many people, Japanese people, get so psyched about Halloween and dress up in wild costumes. It reminded me so much of West Hollywood. I loved it.
Really? See, that's actually surprising me because I'm from a much smaller town. I had no idea that Halloween was like that in LA.
It's huge.
So, I mean, that must be pretty similar to what you're used to in like LA. For me, I mean, the only thing you have in Kansas is the trick-or-treaters and the occasional, you know, Halloween party where people sometimes dress a little, you know,
Superman,
scantily clad, and then you have the guys dressing all, you know, like their favorite superhero, maybe. There's not a lot of what you see here, like everybody's just going crazy in my hometown.
That's very interesting. Then, no, I get that. Then, so you're from Kansas and such. Like, it's going to be more of a house party.
Yeah.
College dormitory sometimes. That's probably the wildest.
Exactly. The wildest it ever got from me was, you know, like college parties and, you know, the occasional bar or club
occasional party. Offensive blackface or something.
You know, honestly, I am from Kansas, so we do got a little bit of that. We do have a little bit of that, sadly.
But yeah, in terms of just Japan, it's cool to see, like, it never used to be that way. But even in Shibuya, but even when I lived in Fukuoka, it was really starting to get crazy, and it started in the foreign areas, with the foreigner areas, but now it's gradually been adopted as part of Japanese new subculture. So
Fukuoka also has the same kind of booming of Halloween culture.
Huge, and it gets very creative. I think that's the biggest difference, is the fact that where Hollywood or West Hollywood or America will have creative costumes and you'll see it once a year, Japan's been doing this for a long time. They just called it cosplay.
Yeah.
So it's a good excuse for cosplayers to come out and do really wild things. So
it seems like they've morphed it into, because in America there's all these different things they do. You know, it's trick-or-treating, it's this, it's that. But here it's like a cosplay holiday. They've taken the little tiny part of Halloween they liked and then just blew that up to this huge, like, multi-million-dollar event now.
Well, it is one of the most financially impressive holidays and such.
Yeah,
definitely.
どっちのハロウィンの方が好きですか？日本かアメリカ。
That's a difficult one for me. So I want to know what you think first.
Okay, so for me, again, because I'm from Kansas, I definitely have to say I prefer, the Japan's Halloween versus Kansas Halloween.
Right.
Because I mean, it's a small town, nothing really going on. And it's mostly because I like the idea of cosplaying. I like the idea of just becoming another person. Like, it was huge in my family. Halloween is like our biggest holiday. So I love the idea of just being able once a year, just go crazy, get cool costume, get creative. It's awesome.
I guess for me, I'm very mixed. I really wouldn't have like a definitive answer because, like, yes, there are some similarities that remind me of back home in Los Angeles, but at the same time, there are some differences that I can appreciate. I love the fact that in Japan, Halloween in Japan, it's a good chance for the very quiet, passive Japanese people to kind of finally come out. There's only 3 times that you're going to see that. Like that. There's only 3 times you're going to see that in Japan: Halloween, sports events like the Olympics, and World Cup. That's it. That's it. That's the only time you're going to see them getting really wild on those days or those events. So I like to see that about Japan because most of the other time people are very subdued, passive, reserved is the key here. But I also miss the social sort of commentary that you'll see in Hollywood or in Los Angeles or just in a major city. You'll see like Obama masks. This year you'll definitely see some Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton style. One time in West Hollywood I saw a beautiful woman dressed up as Sarah Palin wearing an American bra, but she even had the accent down and everything. It was perfect. So it's kind of a give or take with me.
Okay.
好きな仮装はありますか？
Do you dress up for Halloween?
Oh, definitely. Like Halloween is one of my biggest, most favorite holidays and such. I like it even more than Christmas because it's the time to put the creativity to the test. Usually I don't have the financial ability to really put my creativity to the test, but I tend to do what I can. I guess the costumes I like the most are the ones that make me like really do a double take. I've seen a Maleficent costume that really worked really well. I've seen 4 guys dress up as a human horse. The one that surprised me last year was actually showing like a bunch of guys dressed up as the Mario crew on bikes, and they were basically doing Mario Kart.
Oh, that's awesome!
And
See, I love
that
the group costumes.
Those are pretty cool. I've seen a lot of other ones. I've seen Zombie Goku. I've seen a guy on the hoverboard as Goku flying through like Nimbus and stuff.
I saw that. I think it was on like Facebook or something. I saw the video. That was probably my favorite costume I've ever seen.
So there's a lot of good ones. It's quite interesting because I think again it's the cosplayers sort of taking it to the next level and being like,
crazy.
I'm gonna make you laugh or I'm gonna make you do a double take.
Yeah, I actually have to agree with that 100%. You pretty much said everything I wanted to say. I like the costumes that really make me go, whoa.
Basically.
Yeah, it's like you put it perfectly, so I got nothing more to add.
And I would put on top of that is the fact that I have noticed, especially for women, that Halloween in Japan is more of a group excuse. A time for like it's a group costume sort of thing. I don't really see women doing their own thing. They generally dress up as a group sort of
packs.
So all of them are going to be Mario or Nintendo characters. All of them are going to be police officers. All of them are going to be sexy nurses,
sexy zombies.
Oh, something like that.
Usually blood and then just sexy. They like to mix the gore and the sexy here.
Thank you for Halloween in Japan.
Yummy.
日本のホラー映画見ますか？
Amari, not so much. I actually have I'm pretty sensitive for like scary stuff, so I generally cannot sit through any horror movie.
So are you saying because like Japanese horror are like more scary, like scarier than American horror movies?
No, I mean it's just for me like even the American ones like Saw, that shit is like just too grotesque for me. Like it's a
then you definitely don't like Japanese horror movies.
No, I can't get into it. Like even like Takeshi.
Ichi the Killer and stuff like that.
Right? I can't get into that stuff. Like it's just too much like I don't like this glorification of violence, I guess. You know, it's weird because I just sat through the Walking Dead season premiere and I was just like, haha.
Yeah, I saw that. People were just like, whoa.
Yeah, I was just,
why are you laughing at people getting their, heads
But I
bucked in?
suppose it's because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But like with Saw or just any of the other, I'm just like, okay, it's too glorified, I guess.
And I think with Japanese horror, there's a very big difference in the way they shock people.
Yeah.
Like you either are scared of Japanese horror or you're
disgusted.
not. Or disgusted. Like
Right.
it's a very like for me, I'm a horror fanatic. Like Scream, like I just love all the horror movies. So when I watch Japanese horror, it's hard for me to get into it just because the culture is so different when it comes to horror.
Right, I suppose so. But it's weird because, I have watched The Grudge, I've seen The Ring, but then I watched the Japanese versions and I actually like the more cerebral play that The Grudge and the original Ring had. Like, I was just like, oh, this is actually done a little bit better, where the American ones were like, kind of sometimes comedy sometimes.
Yeah, the Rings were definitely comedy
Yes.
movies. Like those were, I laughed in the theater when everybody else was screaming. So.
Yeah. It's very weird. It's weird, but I'm all down for like Aliens versus Predator for some reason. So.
Oh yeah, that's more just awesome though.
I suppose so.
何か日本の怪談を知っていますか？
A lot of the ones my kids, like as students, have told me.
Really?
Yeah, like there's what's her name? I think Hinako. Hinako.
I think I've heard of that.
Right,
But I'm
the
not
Hinako,
100% sure.
the toilet one, where so that urban legend is the whole thing where you go to the bathroom, you knock on the stall, and you're like, Hinako, are you there? Or Hanako, maybe Hanako. Maybe. And you're like, are you there? And you knock a few times, and then if she replies, you're supposed to open up the door, and she'll drag you down the toilet with you.
Okay, so like, why would you do that if she replied? I'd be like, nope, I'm done, I'm out.
Japanese Candyman, I suppose. yeah. That I've heard that one. There's also the Leathermouth.
Leathermouth or the slit mouth?
Slit mouth.
That's the one I know. That's my favorite. Where
creepypasta.
That one's. It's actually kind of transferred almost into like creepypasta in the States. Like people actually kind of maybe have heard about slit mouth woman. It's where you kind of like Bloody Mary in a sense.
Yeah.
But what you do is this like woman that has one of those surgical masks they wear around here on, and they go up to either children or men. It depends on the urban legend you're looking at. They go up to men and they like ask, "Oh, am I pretty?"
Right.
And if they say, "Oh, yes," she removes the mask and her mouth is cut from ear to ear, and she asks, "How about now?" And if you say no, she like cuts you open. If she says yes, she slits your mouth like hers. So either way, it's a lose-lose. So I was actually thinking, what if you just give her like a meh? Like just like right in the middle, just kind of like, well,
What if you dare her to be like, well, what are you gonna do for me first?
Well, what about me? Am I pretty?
Yeah.
Like just turn around here.
Why is it about you? Why can't it be about me? Okay. Wow. Could you imagine the oral from? Yeah. Okay.
ハロウィンにまつわる面白い話。
I got a few, especially coming from West Hollywood.
Yeah,
there's a lot of funny ones like that. How about you, though?
For me, I think most of my best stories would probably. Actually, no, my best story was not in Japan. It was in the States, and I used to dress up as Jason Voorhees.
Got it.
Every single year for like 6 years. Because I was huge and I was in high school, so I was way bigger than I was this size in high school.
Right.
So I was just huge. So we had a haunted house and everything, and we ran that. And my cousin went to the extreme. Like it was just inside his own house, but we had me dressed in a Voorhees mask with an actual machete, like a real machete. And then we put a liner on it, but it made it gleam even more, so it looked really real.
Jesus.
And this poor girl, I felt so bad. Like I jumped out on her, and she just fell down. I made her go faint. Like not even kidding. I was like, raw. And it almost looked like she had a heart attack. I kind of freaked out for a bit. I took the mask and I was like, "Oh, are you okay? I'm so sorry." Like, it's not really a fun story as much as I thought I was going to go to jail and traumatize this poor girl.
Little girl.
But it was a haunted house. That's kind of what we were supposed to do,
I suppose, I think because it's only been a little while of me being in Japan and I haven't had too many Halloweens, some of my best times have actually been working with kids and we made haunted houses.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I introduced the haunted house concept to a bunch of Japanese kids and that was always really fun to like just scare the crap out of them and things like that, especially in Japan. Last year I was Santa Sith. So I just kind of dressed up as Santa with a robe, a Sith robe. But I would just walk down the street and I would just do this stopping motion on all these Japanese people and they would be really scared. But I think definitely my pride and joy has always been in Los Angeles. And again, it's the social commentary, especially that what you'll get out of West Hollywood. I one time saw a giant George Bush head, like Mardi Gras, snorting coke.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw another one. This was during the anthrax situation where there was a giant letter and it said to the White House, and the guy dressed up patting himself and white powder came off.
No.
And there was another SWAT guy that came up and they did this one photo like that. I met Superman once. That was the greatest one. Like, this dude really had the whole body and everything like Superman. I was dressed up as a Red Lantern. And he was like, dude, he's like, I keep up. I know who you are. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. But probably my best. Okay, the one other story, which was kind of weird, was, again, this is West Hollywood, so West Hollywood is kind of boys town, a lot of homosexuals, a lot of gay guys are there. That's gay village, basically. Nothing wrong with that. But what was funny is that one time I dressed up as a Red Lantern, which is at that time was very obscure. It was a very
you'd have to be reading the comics to
very new character. I'll never forget this one like gimp looking dude with just this like G-string black leotard in the parking lot ran up to me and was like, oh my god, are you a Red Lantern? I love it! Like that. And I was like,
that'd been the highlight of my week right there. Oh my god.
Probably after that, the last one, like for me, Halloween is for all ages, but the one that took the cake was, there's this one guy, an old man wearing pretty much nothing but this like loincloth, basically, right?
I'm getting a really bad image.
But under this loincloth, he had this major set of balls, big, hairy balls. But what really sold it was the fact that this is a huge parade. This dude was just walking around going, I will never get that image of that guy's extremely huge balls bouncing up and down through the parade. That was pretty much my Halloween right there.
Oh, wow.
So if you're ever in Los Angeles on Halloween, guys, come on down to West Hollywood. We'll treat you good. All right, guys, so there you have it. I hope we answered all of your sort of questions about Halloween and what we think of it. Make sure you guys tune in here to Doga TV because you guys got a special Halloween event going on right now,
yes,
right?
oh yes. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to be live streaming Shibuya's crossing. It's one of the busiest areas in Japan.
The Times Square of Japan.
Exactly, and they're having this huge, they're actually closing some of the roads down.
First time ever,
people, like dress up and just go crazy.
It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna either be wild or wild in a good way or wild in a bad way.
I'm hoping for bad.
I'm kind of hoping. I'm kind of hoping
I'm
for a
hoping
little
for
bad.
sexy bad.
Okay, that I actually. Yes. So what we're going to do is be live streaming that both on our YouTube channel, Doga TV, and our Facebook. We're starting from 6 p.m. Japan time until I can't stand up anymore. So probably like, I'm guessing 2 o'clock, 3 in the morning maybe.
That's going to be so awesome. And that's going to be on our Saturday, right?
Yes, on our Saturday.
So America Friday, basically.
Probably pretty late in the morning, but once we're done with it, it'll still be put right up on our channel. So if you can't catch us live, just check out the video once it pops up.
I'm gonna try and find them as well. I reserved, I did a half day for Sunday, so I'll be trying to get on, like, have my fun out there as well. So it'll be pretty fun. Like,
what are you dressing up as?
This time I'm probably gonna go with animated Joker from the Batman series. Because for me, I always have to balance my costumes like with my hair.
Yeah.
So this time I'm either gonna get a wig or I'm just gonna spray paint everything with temporary green. I'd rather just do permanent, but it's like, nah.
You can't, the red dread, man. Like, you're the red dreaded, you know, king.
We're not doing green entertainment, guys.
Red dreaded entertainment.
Red dreaded entertainment.
Me, probably, I'm gonna do the Harambe.
Harambe.
Maybe, I might be Harambe. You were talking about the political thing,
You better be careful. It might be a lot of dicks coming out.
I know. But no, I'm either gonna do Harambe or I'll just do something simple. I haven't really decided yet. It's kind of the next 2 days I have to figure that out. But yeah, definitely.
That's always the rush. Okay, so guys, remember again, Doga TV. Check it out. The links will be in the description below, and don't forget, dicks out for Harambe. Green dreaded entertainment.